Right, welcome to video number 3. As I mentioned before, there is a ledge just off the edge of the Roastmaster's place. There are a couple of pies on the counter there and some orange juice around here, but avoid those because you may need them later. Basically, all you need to do is jump straight off the edge where the counters are. There is two slight problems with this. The first one being that you can't climb back up into the Roastmasters, as demonstrated. The other problem is as well is that zombies, they sometimes get attracted to you for some reason. Now they can't climb over, but sometimes they might accidentally fall over. Not to worry, you've got the Mega Buster. Just if they get a little bit too close or you hear some moaning, just shoot one in the head, and we're going to spend the night here. So over the night, and it's morning time. So I've achieved my indoorsman achievement by now. I've spent most of the night actually indoors, so now we're going to carry on and find out if we can find some more food. So we've used up all our food supplies now. I'm literally just going to have a run around. I'm going to go outside, and one thing you do need to be careful of when you do go outside is the convicts. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. They usually appear around about the same time as they would in the actual game, so you know, first thing in the morning you're quite safe if that is, you know, obviously what you're coming out here for. Now, it's not always safe to come out first thing in the morning. The reason being, the zombies are still pretty angry. They still want to eat your face. But there's some daytime, and you know, you can see what you're doing basically. What you'll notice though is that through the course of these videos, I keep visiting Chris Lip's hardware store. Now, the reason behind this is that some psychos, when you kill them once, will reappear in this store. One good example is Stephen, the crazed supermarket manager, which I'll fight him a little bit later on. I believe that's either in clip 4 or 5. On day 6 or 7, I believe it is, I think it's just before day 7, he actually reappears in here. One thing you do need to be careful of is Cliff, because Cliff will be in here at any one point. So when you first walk in the door, you get that clock to tell you how long you've been alive. Basically, just look for someone running at you, because his name won't appear above his head, as will be shown a little bit later in this clip with Adam the Clown in Wonderland Plaza. So as you can see, there's some food behind the counter, but like I said, sticking to my rule, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to leave it there for an emergency. So there was no one in there, so we're going to go out and we're going to see if we can find any more food. So back out into the main square. There's no need to really, you know, worry too much about going through the hordes of zombies through the North Plaza. You can get to it from two different angles. There's no point going through the middle bit. I believe I do a little bit later, but that's just because I'm bored and get a bit stupid. You may also be tempted to go into the underground tunnels with a car. If you manage to defeat the convicts, which I'll show you how to do that a little bit later, and you'll see the amazing long shot of the Mega Buster. You can use their car, and you can use the machine gun. Don't be tempted to go into the underground tunnels. The first time I played this, I did go into the underground tunnels. Carlito's down there with his van. He hit me a couple of times, and you know, without me realising, actually stopped my truck because I got out to shoot him. He didn't give me a lot of food items, and I then got stranded halfway down the maintenance tunnels. Not a good place to be in the middle of the night when the zombies are at their most aggressive. So, you know, I escaped luckily by the skin of my teeth. Kind of wish I had died now, because this is now the second time I'm playing it through, which is why I'm doing this guide. So now we're going to go to the food court. You know, shoot the zombies. Don't bother about using the lawnmower. It's messy, obviously, but it takes too much time and you can get hit while you're using it. Chances of you being hit are quite slim, but it is possible. So we're going to enter the food court now. Don't be John Rambo and go running in. You know, take a couple of steps, have a look around, see if you can see any names floating around with their little green bars. If they're hidden behind an object, they won't show a green bar, and also if that clock comes up, you won't see their name as well, which is just about to be demonstrated with Adam. What happens here is I enter Wonderland Plaza. Adam the Clown is here. Now you can get his chainsaws after you kill him. As you can see, when the clip starts up, you can't see Adam. He's actually rolling directly towards me. Because I didn't notice him, I actually got hit there. So as you can see, the clock was up and I couldn't see his name. As soon as the clock disappeared, his name appeared. Now this guy, he will block your shots basically. Don't ask me how you can block a pure energy shot. That will, you know, cease to amaze me. But one thing you can do is if he spins around like the attack he was just doing, if you leave him be, he gets dizzy and he loses his balance. That's when you can shoot him. The other time you can shoot him, probably the best with the Mega Buster, is if you let him get a certain distance away from you. He will start to blow up balloons. All you need to do is just use the Mega Buster's auto lock feature, and when it pops the balloons, it will actually cause him to take a damage. Also gives you a chance to get a couple of shots in, and literally you need a couple of shots to down him. And as you can see, I've killed him. He's down on the floor and he's dropped his box of stuff. Okay. Now with some of the main boss psychos, you get juices. What I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to use any of these juices. I'm going to save them all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have them in my inventory until the very end. And this just shows that you can do it literally just by surviving through a couple of snacks and steaks and basically what the psychopaths actually drop. So as you can see, he's dropped all his stuff. I'm now in Wonderland Plaza and I've got all the food I basically need. I'm going to have a little bit of a wander around still, but basically that is all I need from here at the moment. So here I go back into the food court. I don't need to worry about getting the outdoorsman or indoorsman anymore because I've actually got both of those within the first 2 days. Okay. Now there is a lot of food in obviously the food court. That's where most of the food would be. Try to avoid picking it up. That is a big no-no. You really don't want to be doing that basically. So we're just going to go back outside. I'm going to just be a little bit cautious because I'm not sure if the convicts are here or not. So I'm just going to literally run straight across and we're going to go back to Paradise Plaza, I believe. So I'm just going to shut up or maybe even talk to you about something. One thing I would say is try and keep your distance on. I cannot stress enough that you don't want to be hit by a zombie. They can be relentless, and in the worst case scenario you could be surrounded by a group and have to hit a command. In your panic, you're trying to survive, you're a little bit bored, maybe a little bit tired, you get surrounded by a group of zombies, you get given a command to hit, and if you're a new Xbox user like myself, you hit the wrong button and you end up getting basically taken to the floor and have a lot of life drained off of you. It happened to me in the first run and it nearly cost me 9 hours worth of gameplay. So it's not that good. So as you can see, just kind of running around looking for food and looking for psychos. You'll notice that when I enter most places I do one of two things. I stop and have a look around, or I do little circles. It's usually safer to keep moving. The only time I would say don't keep moving is in Chryslips because it's very enclosed. If you stand still, someone like Cliff can get right up to you and give you a swipe with the machete. And you're down and out and you don't even know what's happened. So what I'm going to do now is, because I've been running around having a little bit of fun, I took quite a few shots at Adam. I'm actually going to go and refresh my Mega Buster. So just going to fight my way through the zombies, and the easiest way to get through them is the warehouse. It's also one of the most kind of rewarding, because later on there will be survivors in here. So even if you're just looking for food, check by here regularly, and you may even find a survivor within the little warehouse section here. I always use this area to go up on to the roof. The main reason being is that the lift will always be full of zombies. So rather than fight all the zombies, it's a lot easier to just come up here. So it's pretty easy. I'm just gonna have a snack just to refill my health. It's just to also make a little bit of space just in case there is a psycho out here. Sometimes Joe the fat policewoman's out here, so it's good just to be prepared. Also, the other main reason is there's now zombies up here, so be prepared to either do the zombie walk or fight your way through them. I'm quite lucky here because it's a straight run. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, make the mistake of going straight in with my Mega Buster. Just checking the office here, because later on there will be zombies in this office. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to check around, make sure there's no survivors and so forth, because there will be survivors and zombies in here later on. That's not until much later on though, so it's not too much to worry about. So at the moment what I'm doing is I'm just equipping my Mega Buster, and I'm just going to go out to the entrance plaza, and here is a fight with Sniper Carlito, where I actually make quite a bit of an almost near fatal mistake, but that will all be explained in clip 4.